Hello and welcome to another episode of Franchise Business Real Talk. Today's episode is a short book review on a book called Lessons from the Drive Thru. And it will be a book that is of interest to you if you're a franchise owner, if you're thinking about being a franchise owner, if you are a frontline manager working with frontline people. And so, with that, if you're one of them, you should listen to this quick business review because this book can definitely help you out. I got a lot from it, and I've been in franchising for a bit now. So the book is called Lessons from the Drive Thru. It's authored by a gal named Monica Rothgary. I had the opportunity to see her speak at a franchise business networking event here in Denver a couple weeks ago, and she was nice enough to leave some signed copies, which I always love signed copies, um, at the back of the room. And I picked one up and I read this book in a couple days. It was of interest to me. It's a short read and an easy read. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I mean, it's great. And I got a lot out of it in a short amount of time. So Monica's story is in itself inspiring. She started out as a Taco Bell manager after completing university and being in the military. And she went on to be, I think it was the first chief operations officer for KFC in the United States. And she also worked internationally for a while for another one of the brands in Yum Brands, I think, which is a huge platform restaurant holding company. So the book itself is worth your read. I liked it because the chapters are relatively short, like 8 to 12 pages. And then it's a story from her days working the front lines and managing frontline people. And then she has this little section called Looking Back. And so, she's very, very authentic and open with some of the mistakes she's made, and probably they're mistakes that we all make and we don't even realize it yet. But she has this little section called Looking Back that's 2 or 3 pages, and it shows how she could have done something differently, and how that once she learned that, it did smooth things out. And then at the very last page, it's like 3 to 5 lessons from that chapter. So it's really to the point and insightful, and the stories are very interesting. And the lessons are even more interesting because I don't think it matters if you're serving burrito supreme or if you're providing, premium nail services or doing anything else. I think it's all the same. And the crux of the book is like how to coach frontline workers, which is different than coaching people in the C-suite or working with them. They're new. One of the interesting points was how much of an impact people in this position, people managing frontline people, especially with young people, is how impactful you can be on someone's career and on their outlook on work. Um, Quick story from my own life. My first boss was a guy at the garbage company called Waste Management, and he had a running battle with the guy who actually got me the job, which was my brother-in-law. This is way back when I was a senior in high school. So my first boss was trying to get at his arch rival through me and made me do the worst possible things in the garbage yard, as they call them, ever. So hopefully no one's providing that experience to their frontline workers. But also from our fitness perspective, business as well as our beauty business, we're working with frontline people that are relatively new to the working environment. And this book can help you show you how to manage them in a personal, respectful, but high standards way, which is, I think, in those for people early in their careers, it's not just here's the standard. You have to show them the standard. Monica goes through this, show them the standard, train to the standard, remind of the standard. You can't expect people to know a lot at that point in their careers. And a lot of times we point them to a manual, we think they're going to know how to do it. So that's not the case. Obviously, there's a lot more lessons in the book than that. Monica from a speaker's perspective, there was about 170 people in the room. And she had everybody's attention. She's entertaining, insightful. The real world stories always catch people's attention, and then the lessons, and then also the universal applicability of the lessons for most of the people in the room was really interesting to see. So I can't recommend this book enough. It won't take you too long to get through it. Lessons from the Drive Thru. Monica Rothgerry. She's also a great public speaker, and this would be a great book for you to pick up. If you're an owner, maybe also buy a few copies for your frontline managers, and that would certainly help because there are applicable lessons in every chapter. And we'll have the contact information for Monica, but it is monicarothgerry.com. So that's MonicaRothgerry.com. And can't recommend it enough. I don't have any affiliation with Monica besides being a fan of her presentation and a fan of her book. And I think it would really help a lot of managers and a lot of frontline workers and a lot of franchise owners to have the lessons from the book. And this is one of those things you can tap into, gain a little wisdom in a really short amount of time and apply it to drive your business. So I hope this helps you, and see how it goes.